What's going on? We back with the boxing clinic and more. And shout out to the homie Ty Foster, my nigga Trunks. Send me this, or send me in the direction of what's going on with Jarrett Hurd. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic and more, working overtime. Post been done with videos. I squoze in the Crawford and the Spence little video what Bob Arum had to say. Didn't get around to doing the Clarissa Shields, Hannah Gabriel prediction. I already did the film study. I just got to put, the work in and do the video. It'll be up sometime tomorrow. Got a video request. So if you got video requests, make sure you hit the links in the description and DM me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. But like I said, man, they put me back in the right direction. It's the boxing clinic and more. And Swift Jarrett Hurd apparently said he had a rotator cuff injury before the Lara fight, and he couldn't hold it in anymore, and he couldn't keep it a secret anymore, so he getting the shoulder rotator cuff procedure done. Either was today or yesterday whenever I dropped this video. He said everybody pray for him. I'm like, dude is getting on my nerves, dog. Hopefully he will, but like I said, man, I can sniff out these female tendencies these guys got, or these duck tendencies, man. He did all that talking about, I fight Charlo next. I fight him next. We get it popping next. And then, he come up with this. And then he come up, I need to fight a right-hander. I'm just tired of, it ain't just him, man. That's really, making me feel this way. I'm just tired of boxers and these excuses, these new generation boxers, dog. I'm just used to, I'm accustomed to the thoroughbreds, man, the real soldiers. And I'm not saying this man ain't a real soldier, man, because I truly believe that he honestly fought with a torn rotator cuff. I don't want to, knock his integrity down because, it is what it is. I don't take him as the type of fighter that would do this. But at the end of the day, it's just like when they say one thing, dog, and then they come out with some shit like that, you be like, bro, you knew you hurt your shoulder the whole time. You knew it was, you saying you want to fight this guy and that guy, and then he just prolonging and inevitable, Seriously, man. This is continually to put off big fights. I'm tired of marinating fights. I'm tired of waiting on fights. I'm tired of seeing the bum bashes. I'm tired of seeing the A versus C side fights. And this is what this situation is going to produce. It's going to produce him a comeback fight, okay? A tune-up fight. If everything good, it's probably going to then go into a mandatory fight. And then you might think about the Charlo fight. Shit, that's not happening to 2020 then. Seriously, because with the rotator cuff injury, depending on how serious in the rehab, he might be done for this year, okay? Then he come back, let's say April next year, March, April. Then he gonna come and do a tune-up. Then he'll come back versus mandatory. That's it for him, 2 times in a year. That's it. Now we might not see that Charlo Hurd fight for 2 years, depending on how serious the shoulder injury is. And like I said, man, let's keep it real, man. If he's not trying to use this as an excuse, why post this now? Just keep this to yourself. There's no point of posting this and saying, well, I had it since the Lara fight. Just say, you know what? I injured my shoulder. I'm going through a procedure today. Holla. But obviously, he indicted himself by saying, well, I've been fighting through this since the Lara fight. At the end of the day, why is you, egging on, you posting BMs about Charlo? Charlo's in a position where a lot of people hate him and everybody gonna ride with you. You on the East Coast, everybody got some disdain or bad taste in their mouth about this Southern invasion that's coming from these Southern boys. Because they're not accustomed to the South really dominating boxing like that. A lot of people think boxing is dominated in the East Coast and in the Midwest. People think that. When people remember James Toney used to trash the South when he beat Evander Holyfield. I put another Southern nigga in the dirt. What he said to that fight? Him and Antonio Tarver just having words. So I always whoop on the South, but he forgot Roy Jones put them paws on him. But it's just a disdain for the South in boxing. If somebody come out and say it, they see what's coming. Even though Keith Thurman is past his expiration date, but you got Regis, you got the Charlo twins, you got Earl. They see what's coming. They see that South invasion coming. And he know he got the support of all the casuals in the East Coast, and that's the hub for boxing. That East Coast right now. They don't even try to come back up here and plant seeds in the Midwest where the Midwest has the most lineage in boxing. From Joe Louis to Sugar Ray Robinson to Tommy Hearns to Floyd Mayweather to James Toney, Gerald McClellan, Aaron Pryor. You know what I'm saying? They got the most roots. They don't try to do no fights in Chicago no more. They don't try to do no major fights in Detroit. But everything on the East Coast, they trying to grow it over there. I understand New York is the media hub. But come on, you got to come back to your roots. And that's why they don't want them Southern boys to open them fights up down there. They don't want Arrow to succeed down there in Dallas and the Charlos to succeed in Houston. That's basically what he's doing. He's drawing that shit out. He got the fan base. He got the support. This is similar to Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Everybody hates the Charlos. After what Jamal did to Julian, which people don't even know the real story behind that J-Rock shit. So whatever he do, people gonna jump behind him, the casuals, because they don't like the Charlo twins. A lot of people. But people don't see through the bullshit. First, I gotta fight a righty. All of a sudden, you was hurt since the Lara fight. You waited, what, 3 or 4 months to get the surgery. This dude is prolonging that Charlo fight. That fight ain't gonna happen until 2020, if it happens. If it happens. And at the end of the day, you just be tired of just hearing BS. And I hope this brother is healthy and well, because I like his personality. I love his story. But he owns some real bitch-ass nigga shit right here. I couldn't even use any other adjectives to really articulate what I wanted to say without being belligerent. He owns some real punk shit right here, man. Oh, I hurt my shoulder 3 or 4 months ago, and I just got a second opinion 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm going through surgery. Like, get the hell up out of here. I know what you're doing. At the end of the day, hey, you can continue to fight who you gonna fight, but once you move up in weight and you fight a real thumper at 160, you gonna get knocked out. He know what Charlo gonna do to him. And this ain't coming from a fan perspective. This is coming from a dude that know the game, that look at 2 fighters. I know what's gonna happen. He know what's gonna happen. He know what's gonna happen. I wouldn't be surprised if the fight didn't happen. I've seen so many big fights not materialize that one promoter that had them both under the same promotion, or a PBC that had them under the same banner. It ain't happen. It ain't. I can see a lot of big fights that ain't happen. And that's what scares me. And I try not to be negative, but it's hard not to be negative when you really remember you've been watching boxing for a long time and you see these name fights not happening. You see Earl not getting Danny and Shine, and Showtime and Al continue to protect him. And you see these dudes is under the same entity, the same banner, and they still can't make these fights happen. So where's the hope? A lot of people would say this has been one of the fights that they knew was gonna happen, Charlo and Hurd. But the way I look at it and the shit that he pulling, dog, he might try to get up out that weight class, dog. I'm trying to tell you, he ain't trying to go fight that man. This is him preserving the rest of the year. He ain't got to fight nobody for the rest of the year. He gonna come back he gonna get a voluntary comeback versus touch up. Then after that, he gonna fight his mandatory and J-Rock. And then he gonna continue to work it from there. But like I said, this ain't no shock, man. It is what it is, man. People say you probably hate. I ain't hating, man. I just want to see the best boxers fight the best boxers, man. Period. But it's TBC and more. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out there. We do some work there. If you want to donate, PayPal link in the description. Just frustrating being a fan of boxing, man. When you see other sports, you continuously see the best versus the best, especially for championships. And I know boxing, it marches to the beat of its own drum. But let me know what y'all feel about it. I'll link to the source to the description. We gone.